After returning from the Focus Rally, I wanted to relax. And Tom always talks about how relaxing fishing is. So I said, okay, if we're gonna go fishing, we have to go somewhere with a really cool name so the fish stories sound cool. So I've brought him to Idlewild. Now before we head out on this awesome boat that I rented for the day, we're gonna check out the other thing that Idlewild is famous for. It's roads. And I seem to have brought the perfect weapon. Highway 243 ascends 5,000 feet up a mountain with Lake Hemet at the top, and it's the perfect place to test out the Volvo S60. I'll tell you why. First of all, turbochargers work great at altitude, so I can expect to not lose any power as we climb the mountain. Secondly, it is the middle of winter, so in about half of these corners, there's loose gravel, there's splashes of water from where ice has melted, there's all kind of obstacles that an all-wheel drive system helps keep you nice and planted as you're going through at double or triple the speed limit. Volvo's been marketing this car as the bad boy car, and I'm not sure if it is a bad boy car without an R badge, but I'll tell you what, it is a driver's car. Everything is adjustable. From the suspension, you've got comfort, sport, and advanced, to the steering weight. You can actually adjust whether you want heavy or light steering. What's amazing is just how planted the car feels. You can really go right through any corner and with a crazy amount of speed. I mean, this thing will give an Audi S4 a pretty good run for its money all day long, and it's cheaper. Whereas the old S60R, which also had 300 horsepower, was powered by a turbo 5-cylinder engine. You really had to wind it out. This is a twin-turbo 6-cylinder engine. So you get a little more low-end torque, 335 pounds of it actually, which is about the same kind of numbers you can expect from a BMW 335. And these cars are very, very close competitors, I have to tell you. The only thing that's not completely driver-focused about the S60, honestly, is the transmission. There's no manual available, which is a shame because remember how cool the shifter was in the S60R? So you don't get that. You also don't get paddle shifters. And if you want to shift it yourself with the lever, the up and down are reversed. For all you manufacturers out there, you should pull to upshift and push to downshift, not the other way around. That's the bad news. The good news is, if you leave it in Sport Auto, it does pretty much choose the right gear for the occasion. And on a windy mountain road like this, you never really need more than 2/3 throttle to get where you're going because the torque just kicks you right in the back, right in the middle of the power band. Oh, this is good. Okay, I found something I don't like about it. These brakes are not adequate enough for the level of speed you can carry through these corners. I almost just didn't have enough braking right there to slow me down for a corner. I would definitely recommend upgrading the brakes on this car if you plan on doing any serious driving. This car is so full of safety technology, you really feel like it could drive itself. And in some cases, it almost can. The radar cruise control will brake you down from 80 miles an hour down to almost a dead stop. In fact, it may even brake you to a dead stop. We just haven't tried it. It will get you to 5 though. So on the highway, if you're in traffic, you can set the radar cruise at 80 and never touch the gas or the brake. So Volvo's trying to keep us safe by adding safety technologies. For instance, this car has collision warning, a lane departure warning, dynamic stability control, a city safety warning, distance alert warnings, and driver alert warnings. Wow. In the past, the only way a Volvo's safety systems wouldn't keep you safe is if you live in Boston and the steel rusts away after 2 years. But now with all this technology, the owner's manual tells you that these systems may not always work. For instance, the distance alert may not work if you're following a motorcycle. The city driving alert only works below 18 miles an hour if the difference of you and the car you're following is less than 9 miles an hour, not in all traffic, and only with vehicles traveling the same direction as you. As for the driver alert control, in certain cases, fatigue may not affect drivers' behavior, rendering the system useless, so you should rest anyway. So what we're saying is, while all these features are nice, you'd probably be better off spending $2,000 on a course on how to drive. When you know how to drive well, all of these safety systems seem a little bit silly, but that is what you expect from the company that pioneered the 3-point seatbelt. How many lives does that save? What's a little disappointing is that for all the technology in this car, you don't get some of the stuff you want for $43,000. For instance, and I hate to bring up this comparison, I just spent 6 weeks driving a new Ford Focus across the country, $27,000 car. I had nav, it automatically parked itself, everything could be controlled by voice, there was Parktronic sensors, backup camera, and heated seats, and keyless go. None of those options are included in this $43,000 test car. We have arrived. Lake Hemet, fishing, camping, boating. Wait till you see the awesome boat I chartered for Tom. This will be a great present. But after all that, the question is, does this look like a Volvo? Some say it's the evolution of the S60, and I can see that. The strong shoulder lines, the back end. And others say it's not enough Volvo looking. For instance, I do like the square, boxy Volvos, and this is definitely not that. Well, whatever you think of it, the point is, we are here and it's time to go fishing. We're in Idlewild, famous for nothing except having a name that's similar to that movie that Outkast was in. But I got Tom a great boat. Look at that. That is a 13-foot...
That's my boat? I
That's
thought you were getting the bass fishing boat.
That's the boat. You could fish for bass off that.
Do you even have a fishing rod?
No, I thought you had a fishing rod.
No, we didn't buy a fishing rod. How are we going to do this?
I don't know. Oh, look at that. It fired. The good news is, the Volvo S60 is just about as fun to drive as a BMW 3 Series or an Audi S4, and it performs just about as well. It also costs just about the same price. So what you've got there is a totally competitive car from Volvo, which we haven't exactly seen in a while. The bad news is, they took away our manual transmission and won't let us disable all the electronic nannies. All I'm thinking though, is what's gonna happen when they put an R on it. I'm Matt Farah, you're watching The Smoking Tire, and Tom's stuck on a boat because I'm out of here. Lotus, what you were really thinking of was this.